Yeah, hopefully finish the game today. I don't think I'm too far from the end, but I hope there's like an hour, maybe two, just to, fill in the stream a bit. I'll probably play something else if it doesn't take me long. But yeah, without further ado, let's begin. So, we've actually got 500,000 junk now, which is still a long way. We're halfway there.
This must be more difficult than it looks.
It's harder than flying around on top of the collision.
Can't walk on walls anymore, can I? Well, for some reason I seem heavy. Where the hell am I?
Why are you dressed like that?
Oh, it's
Why are
quicksand.
there swords here?
It makes no sense.
Ah,
Do you want me to hold your hat?
I
No.
just want you to be quiet.
yeah, kinda.
Keep your nuts away from those swords.
And my
Nuts.
boats.
Nice. If I go down, I'm not going back up. I've got to remember I can't walk on walls anymore.
Are you rebooting?
Yeah, I'm rebooting. You got a problem?
So you're taking the high road?
It's how
Hell
I
yeah.
was programmed.
No rush to save the world, I take it.
Save the world? Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Nearly there. Concentrate.
I'm just gonna make it. I saw that helicopter in the
As we sat
background.
waiting for the helicopter to pass, we continued chatting. I told Fort about everything that had happened to me, about my quest to clean a million things, about my friends and about everything that had happened on the moon. All I want now is to go home, I said.
You can come to my home,
Said Fort.
I'm on the run but it's pretty safe there.
When I asked Fort why he was on the run, he told me about everything that had happened to him, how after the nice virus there would be no more war and therefore no need for most soldiers.
Soldiers like him. As my model was designed to destroy other robots, we were built with an incredibly powerful core,
He said.
There was no way to disarm us, so we were put to death. Because of our power, the only way we could be detonated was deep underwater, miles out at sea. Even then it caused huge explosions. But while we were
Jesus.
waiting to get on the boat, I just sort of ran off.
As soon as the helicopter had gone, Fort said,
Let's move.
I always think it crashes when this happens, but you just have to wait. I can't go back, huh?
Here we go.
Jump on the spot in the sand so you don't sink.
Don't say. Oh my god.
Stay low and move fast. Nice one, geezer.
Geezer?
Have you got a spare rocket pack?
Oh nice.
This used to be used for archaeology surveys.
Dude. Is there a way out? Yeah. It's very tight. Panicked. Even though the jump was technically perfect. God. That hole is really poorly made. Like, pixel perfect, man. Wait. Had an idea.
We're very exposed up here.
So you want me to do about it? Oh, for fuck! I didn't see those. Oh
Wish
god
you
damn!
could fly right
I'm
up
blind.
to the sky.
But I can't.
This part has its ups and downs.
I need to go low first. Did I get the seesaw effect?
We're so high. Reminds me of a balloon trip I took with the old man.
Dude, we're not that high. I can't stop that junk. It should come to me though, so let's chill, let's chill.
This was one of the most valuable things I'd seen.
Still more junk coming, one more. I am passing up junk, but it sucks, but I want to progress.
Fort said that it would be best if we waited in this building. The helicopter's still sounding nearby, and we were in no massive rush. We soon got chatting again. Fort explained how the robot cow had happened very quickly.
It was a matter of days after the nice virus hit. Every robot that was deemed unnecessary was destroyed, even harmless ones. It was considered logical and for the greater good,
he said. I wasn't sure what to say. I didn't think we could raise an army to fight the man in black, but I supposed I'd hoped we could do something to defend ourselves by the time they returned to Earth. As Fort filled the birds' dishes with food, I asked him why he carried them with him.
They can't fly anymore, so I feel kind of protective of them, he said. We found them in a bombed-out building. It was so nice how he cared for them. I smiled and asked him their names. This is Barry, and this little lady is Alice. I don't know why I picked those names, but I knew why, and it made me smile. When we found them, they were badly hurt, but my friend, she nursed them back to health. I asked him where his friend was now, but Fort just looked at the floor and said, "The helicopter must be gone by now."
Boss?
You've got to help me take the gunship down.
I'm not a soldier anymore.
God damn
Your
it.
instinct is still inside you deep down.
That's in the past.
I can't do this without you.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
It's a drone gunship. It doesn't have feelings.
I will try. I've got an idea. Get me some fuel. Maybe
Oh, for
I
fuck's
can
sakes.
turn up the power
Okay.
on these
Checkpoint.
bastards. Get the furthest away one first. I'd love to help, but I'm a bigger target. Shall I put some relaxing music on?
No, this music's fine. Oh great, I threw that in such an awkward place. I thought I was bringing... Am I bringing them to him? I don't think so, actually. Rip. I guess I'll throw it at the helicopter. No? I think I have to give it him. It doesn't really explain too well. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, jeez. I'm such a fucking idiot, man. Serious. It's so easy. Yeah, I'm making it so difficult. Yeah, I think you want it, don't you? Yeah, but because I'm big brain, I've already got them all, so. Dude, how is that thing flying? Okay.
That's her. Wearing her favorite dress.
Said Fort.
She was a concierge robot, classy, intelligent, and designed to serve man. But when all the men were gone, just like me, she wasn't needed anymore.
Fort sighed and gently placed the photo back on the shelf. I thought I would try to cheer him up. Looking around the room, I saw a battered old piano and thought I would try playing the tune Heather had taught me.
Pog. I like this tune. I think it's the main theme of the game. Oh man, I wanted to play the full version.
I told Fort how great I thought his house was, and I truly meant it. But I knew I needed to get back to my quest. However, things soon got serious when I mentioned my gloves and shoes.
Do you mean the magic shoes of gravity defiance? Fort asked.
Pog.
And Atlas gloves of mighty strength.
They sounded far grander when he described them, but I was pretty sure he meant the same things.
The sacred artifacts,
Fort said, but before I could reply he burst into an explanation about how there were certain things from some kind of half-remembered time that the robot rulers considered sacred and holy.
I used to believe in it all, the words, the prophecies, I even believed in the Chosen One,
said Fort.
But after well, I just couldn't swallow all the ghost stories and the nonsense about the afterlife. You know what I mean, buddy.
I didn't know about the afterlife, or the Chosen One, but I knew ghosts were real. I then began to explain how Mr. Preston had told me the story about how Mrs. Silverton had told him a story about the brother of a man who works with her uncle giving a young motorcyclist a lift after a crash outside the Blackwall Tunnel. He pulled up outside the motorcyclist's destination, but when the man turned around, the motorcyclist had vanished. So he knocked on the door and an old woman answered. When he asked her if she had a son, the woman burst into tears and said I did, but he died in a motorcycle accident exactly 10 years ago, just outside the Blackwall Tunnel. And so we began a conversation that would take us long into the night. I shared the various philosophies that the old man had taught me, about life, the universe and Douglas Adams, while Fort explained the robot philosophies, how there was a yearly competition to find the chosen one, how they and only they would deserve the sacred artifacts, and how they would rule the world. It all sounded so grand. But I suppose I was tired. I'd be happy now if I could just sit and play some video games. Eventually
me.
Fort stood up.
Relatable.
Well, it's late.
He said,
I need to recharge. How are your batteries?
I honestly had no idea how my batteries were, so I smiled and said, I'll be fine here, thanks.
So, I have a feeling we've got to become like the chosen one now. Get our gloves and shoes back.
I'll do it, was the first thing I said to Ford in the morning.
Do what?
Came his
Become the
reply
chosen
with
one.
a strange look. So I explained how I would enter this chosen one contest, get these sacred shoes and gloves, then we would return home and defend the planet from the man in black.
Who will, buddy?
Asked Fort.
Me
And you? He had a point, but I knew Heather and the rest of my friends would help. Maybe it was the talk that Fort and I'd had, maybe it was the dream I had last night, or maybe it was just the urge to get home and make sure everyone was safe, but I suddenly felt like I could save the world.
Come on then, buddy, said Fort, show me what you've got. If you're going to win the contest, you'll have to be good.
Nice. I'll take it, I guess. Oof. Oh my god. One more. I have 3 chances as well. Okay.
Ford leant back with a big smile.
It's a long way.
He said,
To the contest, I mean. It'll take us months to walk to the robot capital. We had best get going.
Let's hope it's a safe trip. Not hazardous as usual. The tournament.
again, on Fort's suggestion, we mainly traveled at night. Even though the world was such a mess,
The twilight still made everything look quite beautiful.
Yep, it's going to be a dangerous trip. At least this track's a banger. One of my favourites.
We took refuge in another bombed-out building, with Fort deciding when it was time to move again. We spent the next few months traveling like this until eventually, we made it to the robot capital city.
Oh, that wasn't too bad then.
Fort had told me how the capital used to be a human city, but after the war, the robots had more than taken over. However, I didn't expect a literal cathedral of video games.
Nice.
I joined the queue and signed up for the tournament as soon as I could. "I'll be over there, buddy. Good luck," said Fort as he found a seat with some huge agricultural robots and attempted to blend in.
So it's basically a LAN party.
Before the competition began, the host spoke of many rules, laws and grand philosophies, comparing life to various video games. It sort of reminded me of Alice's church, but with none of the warmth or compassion. But still everyone clapped. There were to be 3 rounds to the competition, with a choice of 2 games per round. The player with the highest score would win, and advance to the next round. I won the coin toss, so it was my decision which game we played.
Rhythm King, baby.
Play a short song and score as many points as you can.
Easy, easy. Oh god. They picked a really tough song. Oh my. Maybe it's not easy. Let me get into it. Close. Oh. Damn.
I was shocked to discover that it was actually a tournament to the death. All the losers of round 1 were placed into a crusher, myself included. Luckily my Lazarus chip took me back far enough to start again. Drive
let's
fast
try
and
this
score
one then.
as many points as you can.
Me too, D2. Holy shit. Alright, boy, you're going down. If I hit those. Yeah, I do. Gives me score.
Checkpoint.
Alright, easy clap. Get crushed.
Ladies and gentlemen, your round 1 winners. Well done, said Fort. I knew you could do it, buddy. Round 1 was in the bag, but now it was time to meet my opponents for round 2.
Dance Invader, baby. Pick Dance Invader, you get fucked.
Shoot everything and score as many points as you can.
Alright, boy. That it? Go on, boy. You getting fucked. Definitely up to the bar on the difficulty though, but I can take it. I think. I'm not going for bonuses at back because this is actually scaled up quite hard. Ooh, I got one anyway. Easy, like I said. Oh, what?
Much to my dismay, along with all the other losers
What, it's
of
timed?
round 2, I was guided into a crusher.
No!
So it almost felt like
I was gonna
cheating
win.
when my
I
Lazarus
only needed
chip
like
took
one
me
more
back
hit.
far enough to start again. Shoot everything and...
Oh yeah, timer. Fuck. Alright. I'm aiming for ones at the back. Alright, easy. I owned the I score.
Ladies and gentlemen, these 4 are your semi-finalists. Fort smiled as I stepped off the stage, but neither of us said anything. We were too focused on winning.
We. Is that Human, that guy who cheated in a lot of high scores in the past? I don't know, and ooh, actually.
Try to score as many points as you can.
Archery. Alright. Oh fuck, what? Wait, why is this so easy? Come on, man. Oops. Are you gonna go down? No. Okay. Oops. Okay, easy. Alright, we're in the final. Probably against the guy. Yeah, him. I think he is based on someone in real life that cheated in a lot of arcade machines.
Cover the level with ectoplasm as fast as you can.
One minute. Alright. Time lots. I'll be fine. Maybe. Halfway. What? Did it run out right there and then? Could have done them much better, but got kind of lucky as it ran out.
Everyone cheered. The host even declared me the winner. But then, for some reason, a videotape which contained a better score than
my
mine
god, it
was
is.
presented.
It's the
I was then
cheater.
informed that I would have to play my opponent again, but now on a mystery game. It seemed a little unfair, but I guess it was supposed to be some kind of tiebreaker.
That's what he actually did in real life, by the way. What? What is this? Oh. I get it now. Dude, can I reset? Okay. Ah, fuck. Dude, this guy's good. Holy fuck. Well, he ain't in real life, but hey. Alright, he sucks. Ooh, bounce off the bottom. Nice. Oh, fuck. You just went through that. Come on, bruh. Alright, but I was ahead when I hit that checkpoint. Oh my god, that's the last stretch too. No! Fuck!
Some shadowy robots forced me into a crusher. So for once it didn't feel like cheating when my Lazarus chip kicked in.
I'm kinda glad. I'm kinda glad I failed there because they keep referencing how he used to cheat. Dude, can you skip this? Oh, it's actually easier on the direction pad. For some reason, that seems to be the case on all these retro games. Probably because stick didn't exist back then. Well, it kinda did, but... it wasn't as accurate as the sticks we have nowadays. And I think pad was much more common. Easy clap.
I had finally won round 4, and thus the whole competition. However, unknown to me but seemingly well known to everyone else, there was more to come.
Nani? Uh-oh. Legend of Zelda? Or is this something non-game related? Monk S.
As I walked forwards, I heard a voice reciting a poem. To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. Show me your mark, demanded the yellow machine. I would have done as he said, but I had no idea what he meant. The machine sighed.
Your serial number. Who are you, robot?
To me, the number had always looked unimpressive, but it clearly meant something to this machine. For several minutes he called me things like, the firstborn, the chosen light, the cleanser of the world, and of course, literally, the one.
No matter, said the machine when he finally composed himself.
Before you can take the artifacts, we must play
the game. Winner stays on.
The game.
You of all people should know. This contest was conceived after we won the war. To find the greatest robot. To find
the one.
I beat my predecessor and he beat his. However, I have an advantage. The humans broadcasting their nice virus wasn't the first time I had felt the sweet sting of life. Long before then I briefly worked in a seaside arcade. However, I was recalled in 1974 when my AI was deemed too great for the general public. No one could beat me then, and no one can beat me now.
Oh yeah? I'm a gamer god. Bring it on. Star Wars, baby.
nice to see you trying. Stop doing that. I must be getting old.
You might be an advanced AI, but I have a gigabrain.
No, you can't win.
Yes, I can, boy.
That wasn't fair.
Sometimes my conquered opponent has to be coaxed into submission, said the machine. Some by force, some by bribery, some just need a few simple words. But I understand my fate.
There will come soft rains and the smell of the ground, and swallows circling with their shimmering sound, and frogs in the pools singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire. Why haven't you done it? The button is right there. My soul is yours to take. But killing him was the last thing I wanted to do. So I asked him why should I? Because, he replied, this is the way things are, this is the way things have always been. So everyone wants to win this game, so they can sit in a dark cave waiting to play the game again. Things will have to change.
The shoes. Now we can fight back.
And so, I was crowned by the grace of God, defender of the faith and ruler of the known world. I gave many rousing speeches to my new nation, and, when I told the machine about the moon and the man in black's army, he discussed with the Council of 9 advisors and assured me everything would be taken care of.
I had won the sacred tournament, so I, and I alone, had the right to wear the magic shoes of gravity defiance. The only trouble was, they didn't really work. I mean, they were fine as a pair of shoes, but I could no longer run up walls. But I guess this didn't really matter anymore, as one of the many perks of being the ruler of the known universe was that I could have everything I ever wanted. As awesome as my arcade was, Fort made it clear he wanted to leave, as he thought we had more important things to do.
And we do.
Come and see me.
Fort was worried I was being sucked in by it all. I am not, I replied. I'm ruler of the world. Fort sighed. That's exactly what I mean. I've barely seen you in weeks. We were going to take Barry and Alice to the park, but all you do is play video games. You don't even care that there's a rocket coming from the moon. I've been busy, I explained, and the advisors said they'd take care of the moon. We beat the humans before. We're in a good position to enter into peace talks. Fort turned to leave the room. Buddy, you're as delusional as they are. Is this really everything you've ever wanted?
When you're ready to leave.
Galactic brain.
I felt awful about how I had treated Fort, so I arranged a day out for us as soon as I could. I had completely forgotten that it was Heather's camera. Suddenly I was totally and completely overcome with the urge to go home. I thought I was happy here, but I realized I wasn't. Plus Fort was right, I was being delusional. The moon rocket must have landed by now and there really was no chance of peace. We had to do something. I told the advisors about my plan to go home and head off the Man in Black, but they seemed more concerned with taxing their own people and tried to fob me off with more days out and video games. So, we smiled and left the advisors to it, waited until dark, and on Fort's advice, just sort of ran off. It wasn't difficult to sneak out. There was no one around thanks to the Robot City curfew laws, but to be honest, as I was their king, I don't think anyone would have stopped us anyway. Somehow we found ourselves in a massive forest, and Fort decided it was time to rest. It wasn't long before we were inside a huge sawmill.
Life is never easy, is it? That's fun.
Fort seemed quite sad about the trees being cut down. Our journey took us through a huge theme park. It was just like the one in Alice's town, but much bigger.
That balloon? I don't have it. Am I an idiot or what? Serious?
Both Fort and I were struck by how similar the inside of a sawmill and the inside of a roller coaster were.
Ooh, snowy. Oh no, ice physics. Oh god. Fucking ice physics, man. Oof.
Eventually we wound up inside the ski resort, but we could see a huge boat in the valley below. Fort suggested we travel under the cover of night, as we were getting nearer the humans, and home. Fort
Oh
was
yeah, I know this
surprised
How
place.
easily we docked the boat.
but it was all just thanks to my captain's
Software. The bay that we docked the boat in looked pleasantly familiar.
The gleaming white cliffs made me
Feel like a soldier returning home from war.
It was then I realized we were literally just outside Alice's house.
We were about to continue when Fort
Noticed something on my shoes.
and with that, they worked again,
Pog!
allowing me once more to defy gravity. I kind of wished we had seen this switch months ago, but Fort just seemed to find it hilarious as we continued on our way home.
Nice. Wait, he has a stereo. I still don't have my balloon. We need cash. I actually forgot all about that.
Now then, just looks at everything else go on. Some people deserve a good bashing, sir. The cost for
Bash
this
me.
upgrade.
Mind the doors.
So we want to go to the
Train is
main
now
tunnel.
departing. Factoridon. This is Factoridon. Mind the doors. The train is now departing.
Mainton was the next stop. I could get back to the mainland and Mr. Silton's from here.
Mainden. This is Mainden.
Really happy that I got my shoes back, man. Really fucking pog. Hmm? Hopefully I got my balloon back
You
too.
don't have anything, said the
Oops.
dirty old man. Now hop it.
I was trying to balloon. Oh, it seems I don't have it anymore. It's not even in the menu, so...
I needed to use the
Oh, yeah.
passport machine to open the huge door. I made my way back out to the mainland.
Almost home.
The boat was
No
gone,
boat?
so I decided to see if there was anyone in Mr. Silton's house. I suggested Fort find somewhere to hide. I thought the others may not have seen him as being as friendly as I did. I then made my way into the familiar damp hallway. Everyone was so pleased
Fuck.
to see me. I explained how I had survived being dismantled and escaped from the moon. I told them about the robots and the game tournament, and everyone seemed to find it funny that I was crowned ruler of the universe. It was then that I felt a gentle tapping on my leg. I looked down and saw a small girl smiling at me. "This is our daughter Heather," said Mrs. Silton. "We named her after..." Mr. Silton burst into the room looking very angry. At first I thought he was joking, but it soon became clear that he
Heather's
wasn't.
dead.
"I can't believe you came back here. It's all your fault. If it weren't for you,
Oh.
Preston would still be alive."
Is
"Barry,
Oh?
it's not his fault." But Mr. Silton suddenly looked very sad as he said, "This robot got your daughter killed."
yeah. Heather's dead.
It might have been because he was 10 feet tall, or because he literally weighed a ton, but everybody was so scared it thought. Still, they all agreed it was fine for him to stay. We chatted long into the night until one by one, everyone went to bed.
So Preston and Heather died on the moon. The final battle.
You can't sleep? Asked Mrs. Silton, me as well. Number 2 on the way, she smiled.
At least I'm not barefoot. She then laughed, like it was a joke.
But despite having traveled the world,
I had no idea what she meant.
I suppose everyone else will be up in a bit. I'll get breakfast started. In the morning everyone continued chatting. The subject soon got back round to the military takeover and the man in black. We need to do something, said the old lady. They've destroyed the peace talks with the robots. Fighting could break out again in no time. I don't mean to sound overdramatic, but that would literally be the end of the world, explained Sim. Alice laughed. But the army, there's no way we can fight them. We've lost our band of thieves, and, in the words of that French professor, God rest his soul, we're just some old ladies. The old lady stood up. We just need to take back control of the satellite. We can broadcast a signal to the robots. Those robot advisors, they might listen if they actually saw this new moon army. And those giant robots, they call them killbots, said Mrs. Silton as she showed me several photos. It seems the house was surrounded by hundreds of troops and a few robots so tall they dwarfed the building itself. So, I suggested we made our way there so Fort and I could assess the situation.
Might kick their ass.
Mr. Logan had got the boat out of hiding.
I now just had to sail it from the dock back to the estate.
I hate it when that happens, because I'm going too quick. Alright, let's do
I
this.
took the fisherman's boat to the old man's estate.
It's time to kick some ass.
I knew you would come back here,
Came a horribly familiar voice.
I should have made sure you were dead when I had the chance.
It was the man in black. I have personally modified your nice virus, and now, with one flick of a switch,
I'll finish the job.
They're gonna go berserk. Oh. No. No fault too. Kamikaze rush. Get him, fought.
It's
Oh, you cleaned
pointless
up at
now,
least.
said Alice. We might as well give up. I don't know, maybe we can arrange a truce. I mean, if we agree. But Sim couldn't even finish his sentence.
Mrs. Silton just sighed.
I think she was lost for words.
We really need Barry and Logan,
If we're going to recapture the house, said the old lady.
Mrs. Silton explained she had phoned him earlier.
Apparently he sounded fine, at least until she mentioned coming home. Then he started screaming.
I couldn't understand him at all. He wants nothing to do with saving the world. His words, not mine, sorry.
The old lady sighed. I was worried he might say that.
I take it Logan stayed with him.
Logan's more of a dog than the dog is, laughed Alice. The old lady was only really worried we would be outgunned. She said I would be the secret weapon as I would be able to sneak back into the house. That's true, said Sim, if we cause enough of a distraction. As long as you can get up to the roof, we'll be able to take control of the satellite. Hopefully the virus hasn't reached all the other robots around the world.
Suddenly, all hell broke loose.
The old lady, Alice and the others opened fire.
This was just the distraction I needed
To make my way up to the roof. I was shocked.
Him again.
This time not just by the giant brain, but rather what the man in black had done to him.
I do not want to,
Said Mr. Deck,
but I will shoot you if I must.
Why don't you give up, said the man in black. Anton knew which side was right. Why don't you join us? I know we've had our differences, but I see potential in you. You could be my new right-hand man. You see, there's a link between you and I. Without me you wouldn't even be here. The two brothers
Designed and built you. But what nobody ever told you is,
they were funded by their third brother.
me.
I was speechless. How could he, this completely evil man, have something to do with my creation?
Thank you.
What the hell?
A minor setback, said the man in black as he disconnected a piece of the satellite hardware. I just need to take this core unit and hitch it up to one of the killbots. In fact, that will make the virus signal even stronger. Mr. Deck, said the man in black, would you be so kind as to watch the robot? Shoot him if he tries anything. Mr. Deck lowered his gun. You little yellow bastard, he said, you'd better run.
So in the end he decides to be a good guy, huh? Not sure what to do here. Fuck. Dodging these hands is so hard. Wait. There we go. Sometimes the hands are just so fucking accurate. You can't even outrun them. What? Okay. Now what? Oh, nice. Ikuzo! Let's do this, boy. 1v1. God. Take it. Burn. God damn it. Ah, man. I'm getting destroyed. Alright. One more push. Come on. Die! He blocked it. No, not this combo. Come on. Yes! Let's save him.
Somehow the man in grey had snuck up behind Mrs. Silton. I tried to shout down, but no one could hear me.
Bitch.
Oi, shouted a familiar voice. Step away from my wife. The man in grey bragged with every blow. Who he'd hurt, who he'd tortured, how he'd made the world a better place. As he raised the gun to Mr. Silton's head, he said, "You're out of your depth. I'm a professional. I used to kill for the CIA." Mr. Silton just smiled and said, "Yeah, and I'm a proper c***."
Nice. I think that's enough now. I think he's dead.
With the rest of the great and good now stuck on the moon, and the man in black taken care of, it was reasonably easy to convince his troops to surrender. Signals came through from all over the planet, and soon the people began rebuilding civilization.
I think that music's stuck on loop. Oh well, I guess we'll have to deal with it.
And again, I was heralded as a hero. Soon the representatives from around the world held their first united meeting, and I was invited to give a speech. The old lady gently examined me, while Sim attached a cable from the diagnostic machine. "I've got some bad news," said the old lady as she took my hand. "The virus is rampant in your system. It's not as bad as it was with Betty Fluffers and Fort, but it's still destroying your circuitry." "I'm thinking," said Sim, "it must have something to do with consciousness. Yours seems more equipped to fight." "We'll still need to do something," said the old lady with a serious look. "If we replace all of the infected parts, we..." "Come on, mate," said Mr. Silton, "you know they can help." But I explained that it was too painful, and hurt so much. Just having my diagnostic panel open was excruciating. "So you mean you can feel things? But you're not supposed to be able to." "The virus hasn't completely taken over," Sim explained. "But I don't know how long you've got, maybe months, maybe years. When you, well, if it all gets a bit too much," said the old lady, "come back here and we'll look after you. You should try to get everything done that you want to before then, though," said Sim. "You know, maybe complete your quest, get your million things, play some games. I mean just do all the things, bucket list mate," interrupted Mr. Silton. "Go paint the town red." "Remember," said Alice, "should you need us." "Yes, should you need us," said Mr. Logan. "We'll be right here," said the old lady, "waiting for you."
So, I guess there's only one thing to do now. If I want to, I can go and collect everything now. Or I guess I can shut down. And that'll probably be the end. I kinda want to see the ending. And collecting everything will take a while. So, I'm gonna roll the ending right here. Maybe one day I'll go and collect everything, but for now we're just gonna end. You have saved the world. Is your work here done?
Over the next couple of months I started to get slower and slower. I needed a cane to help me walk, and my circuits felt so cold that the old lady suggested I wore the old man's lovely thick jacket. Life was simple. One day into the next. Just helping out wherever I could. Then one morning things got really exciting. Mrs. Silton was going to have the baby. Eventually, after much screaming and cursing, mostly from Mr. Silton, the baby was born. He was this lovely little squishy pink thing, but for some reason he wouldn't stop crying. Alice suggested getting him a teddy bear, but there was no way Heather was giving hers away. That's when I remembered something.
Oh yeah. That teddy bear. Man.
That's perfect, said the old lady.
Thank you.
Rip. That's actually really sad. And yes, I have shed a few tears to this ending. That was a brilliant game. Absolutely amazing. Definitely gonna come back to this one day. I think it's definitely worth collecting 1 million things. It'll be hard, and I'll be at a much later date. For now, I'm gonna be putting this down though. But I'm definitely gonna return to it. It was a great game. And I think there is some new content planned for it as well. So I'll probably wait until after that. Yeah, an amazing game. The question is, what do I do now? Well, I guess I'll play some Slay the Spire as a filler while I think of what else to do. So yeah, let's get out of here. I can also continue from that theme, so maybe play this on and off, collecting junk if I can get it all from that point. I'll have to do some research on that now. I've never actually known how you go about closing this game. What the hell? I just press random. Interesting. So, the bumper actually changes the title screen. I wonder what else there is. Oh, all the back buttons. Interesting. Didn't know that. Anyway, I am gonna get off here and play some Slay the Spire. As I was saying, I actually don't know how to, you know, quit the game. Other than like Alt F4 or going over to my second monitor and clicking the program and boom, close. But yeah, that was a good game. Let's move on. Gonna take a break shortly here too, just to get rid of the sad feels.